Hello! This is my Inaros tornado build, pretty much. So, hopefully the audio is better in this one. But this is kind of a requirement, so go ahead and try to get that augment. It's the augment for a second, which is the tornado. And yeah, there's like one specific kind of melee weapon you're gonna want. And it's kind of new, to be honest, so it's kind of awesome. Yeah. Kind of want to just, you know, if you look over here, just build mostly for range. And, you know, I would also recommend Aqua Blades in the 4, since his 4 is kind of one of his worst abilities. And, I mean, it's kind of basic in this end. This is kind of where it's going to get a little complicated, because all your second's going to care about is the elements on your weapon, as far as I've been able to tell. So I basically have just about all the elements you'll ever really need, like gas, viral, heat, that's an alarm, anyways, and slash. I don't know if it like procs elements based on the status chance on the weapon or not, or if like the damage kind of acts like regular status, where more damage means it'll proc more often. But I'm pretty sure his 2, when you have that augment on, counts as a melee weapon, so I think this actually procs. And this is probably also like an important part of the build. This is where you'll actually be dealing some damage, because 6 stacks of whatever's on the enemy is gonna really do a lot. Especially since you'll be gathering them up and circling them around you, gas will actually deal some damage for once. Oh boy. No way, I'm not sure. Oh, I don't even have a ribbon. Okay, so that's nice. Honestly, some of the stuff is here just so the weapon itself can deal damage. Just in case you are up against an Eximus who will not care. And because Inaros only has health and not a whole lot of armor normally, I just went up and just gave him all the armor you'll ever need. And yeah, that's a pretty armored boy. 82% reduction. But oh well. And his health is over 3,000, so Bellicose is at max stacks immediately. 3,000 is the max. So, I guess I'll do the same thing I did in the last video, hopefully with better audio. Sorry about that. It's I'm using a different microphone, so the audio kind of sucks because I'm not used to using it. And we'll do something. Oh, I think in public. Yeah. I went and did some of the circuit while the other video was uploading. Destroy 30. Yeah, that's easy, especially with Inaros. All right. Now this is just solo, but if you play with other people, you'll pretty much be stealing all the kills. It's so funny just seeing like Titanius compete with you as an Inaros. No one suspects Inaros because everybody thinks he's so bad. You know, that's because no one can really build him, and to be honest, like the build's new. Like this weapon, the melee weapon I'm using, I think it actually came out with the, you know, newest update. You know, this is before Caliban Prime, so you know, that's for future reference. Before Caliban, it's August 16th as I'm recording this, so to 2025. I don't know if people are gonna care in a couple of years or not. Oh yeah, you also want to make sure that your 3 is fully charged up, because that will give you like immunities to status effects, which will help you survive. Which is something Inaros isn't really well known for. And then you want to cast your 4, and then you just want to spin, and that's it. This is the entire thing. If you gather up enemies, it'll heal you. Probably couldn't tell because I have like 2 clips. Oh, that's the event stuff. But yeah, see how they're all gathered up there? And you know, you got so much range, and it goes through walls that you literally just pick everything up and you deal damage to them. You know, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it does count as like a melee hit whenever you like proc statuses on them. So, you can't really tell because the enemies are like flying all over the place. I can't tell they have like more than 6 bucks on them, and then my cat kills them. I think it has 18 slash procs, so maybe it does. I don't know, it's kind of hard to tell. Place them down, or well, maybe not. Maybe not. Oh well, that's fine. Still pretty good even without it, I guess. I think I was doing it all without all those 6 bucks. And the thing I was using that arcane for is because it does fling enemies all around. So, I know it counts as a melee attack because I was leveling up some of the night wave stuff. And this is where you're gonna have problems. This guy can't be picked up by tornado. And, so we're gonna have problems with this guy. But luckily I got these things called weapons. which is something that's in the game. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm using those critical damage weapons, no more or less. Without my day off, it's pretty decent. It's not the best.
It's on the
Get back here.
This escaper will never find it again, and this mission will be a failure.
Keep them at least still going. Doesn't this guy have like damage reduction stuff? Yeah, they got killed this. But yeah, this is pretty much the only problem you're gonna have to face is things like this. Anything else, it is like fair game. You'll just pick them up. So if you're in like a survival mission, yeah, it's real good in survival. I guess in this mission it's also pretty, to be honest, any mission in the 1999 is pretty good. Yeah, you just keep gathering them and then you just float around and you'll even pick up dead bodies. So, you know, if you like ragdoll enemies, there's that. I'd recommend the Cedo since it's pretty good at spreading statuses, which is something else it can do. Normally everybody's status weapon. But then I tried Dig Off after hearing about her 3rd ability in the video. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool, you know. And the only weapon I really had that was built for crit damage was my secondary. And then I made everything. Everything's crit damage now. So yeah. And I'm pretty sure this build works somewhat decent in Steel Path. It's just, you do not want to get hit in Steel Path. Because you have like no way of reducing damage besides like armor on this build. So you're still vulnerable, but you're immortal as a tornado. So as long as you keep spamming 2, you'll be just fine. I'll probably see if I can do a little... Oh no, we're gonna keep that. Oh, we're already in that? Okay. To be honest, what you'll be struggling with is the Grenier. Because they got armor and all that. And they'll actually deal damage, unlike every other faction. You know what? Why not? Actually, let's do Hydron. Everyone knows Hydron. I'm just showcasing defense because he's really good in defense, you know. So if you need something that makes defense go by a lot faster, Inaros is too. And as you can see, it doesn't damage objects in the environment, so do be aware of that. But Aqua Blades does, so there's something. Aqua Blades also just adds slash procs. And remember, I'm in the Steel Path, so yeah, things are gonna hit pretty hard. I did not gear up. Oh no, my health is draining. Anyway. Yep. The more enemies you gather, the more I think the gas proc damage is them. But yeah, this is where you're gonna somewhat struggle, is with armor. The thing is you probably don't want to play solo. So if you don't like solo play, then here you go. You just gather enemies, move them around. You know, if there's like a mesa, yeah, you can shoot them while they're up there. So while they're being useless, not doing anything, mesa could just gun them down. It pairs very well in team play. Yeah, the only armor strip is like corrosive proc. I don't think I've got like a dedicated corrosive proc weapon. And I guess heat also does that too, but that's only like, what, 20%, 80% or something? And then slash, I think, goes through armor, so, yeah. And in this map, it's actually better to stand on this guy. So, when you're farming for levels and whatever weapon you're using, just standing on this is pretty good. If it goes up, I'll show you what happens when you... Done. Oh yeah, that's right, he's also a finisher guy. So basically, Inaros, if you ever need like a finisher for like those missions in the Hex, yeah, you just press your 1, and any enemy hit by your 1 is able to be finished. Or killed by a finisher. Does it go up? No, I want to show you what happens when it goes up. Well, his 1 also heals over time. So, for some reason, if you don't think you can, that's Jacob. That thing will pretty much instant kill you if you stand in for me. As I was apparently doing. I'm using a controller. Oh wow. I don't have armor. I mean, armor stripping. So yeah, this is pretty much the worst nightmare of an Inaros player. Eximus. Eximus with armor. Look at all the pretty colors. The thing is, I can be out here, I don't have to worry about in there unless there's Eximus enemies, which there are, because that one's not getting status procs. You can tell it's an Eximus, because they don't get procs. Okay, use a good killing weapon in your head. Like, almost there you go. Well, you can probably tell I don't play Steel Path much. Not really any point to it, unless you want Steel, I think. But normal mode is not this difficult. Finish. Yeah, I forgot it scales off your base weapon. Or melee weapon. I'm Steel Path with no armor stripping. Judo saved me. Yeah. Kind of a flaw, apparently. Nothing but X's in this right now. He's the longest round kill on Steel Path. Alright, that's Steel Path. I'm gonna show you what if you do it in normal mode, it is so much easier. And I'm usually on a team when I play Inaros, so that's something else. But you can solo with him. I guess bring an armor stripping weapon. Or maybe don't bring aqua blades, I don't know. I could probably put on that arcane that gives me corrosive procs on my melee weapons if I cast an ability. Now that I somewhat maybe know that it doesn't proc the six status ailments. And this is basically what normally happens. This is what you usually do on Hydra. Pretty quick leveling. You just gotta let them accumulate close enough to you to be dragged in. And normally on Eximus, they're not too hard to take out like that. My cat took it out. Ooh, I can show you. I can show you where to go when it does this. It's slightly different and it's not as fast as down there, but you just go right in this corner right here. Because what the tornado does, it's like horizontally ranged rather than vertically. So basically, it's not that much taller or shorter than this. It still is, but like not by much. Yeah, this is pretty much what you do. And there's an Eximus over there. You can tell, like I said, because it doesn't proc any statuses. They're immune to it, so that's why. Nothing but Eximus. Look how much easier. So much easier than Steel Path. There's plenty of other Steel Path builds if you care about that game mode. No, I don't. It's just most people plays on normal mode anyways. The only thing you do in Steel Path is get Steel Essence. That's it. There's not a whole lot more to do in that. Most frames are kind of It's possible to play them in Steel Path, just not very effectively. Now, let me show you what I mean by the vertical range. So there's enemies down there. Not bad. Maybe it's more down than up. Well, I guess, no, we're all leveled. I think there might be a, oh yeah, see how he's up there not getting damaged at, well, my cat got him. Trying to show them. Oh well. Unless you can handle more of the enemy. That's basically a Hydra run. That's what you'll be doing for how many rounds you want to do. And if you have other players, since you're the one getting all the kills, they'll get more XP because of how XP works in this game. I've even had some players leave because I was getting everything. I don't know. But yeah, just to recap, I guess. Absolute requirement right here. Absolute. And then when you're in a mission, if you remember, cast that ability. There's 3. And just charge it all the way up. And then Aqua Blades. And then Sandstorm. And that's pretty much all you do. If you do die, I think you just punch a bunch of enemies. That's really it. Just max range for the most part. I think I'm missing like maybe 1 range mod. I don't know. Maybe I think 280 is the max. Bellicose because he has more than 3,000 health when you give him vitality. And if you can tell by my capacity, I don't think you need 2 Umbral mods. But if you got more capacity, it'll actually give you more energy when you start the missions and stuff. That's a lot of... I've never seen this before. Energy cipher? Anyways. But yeah, and then that just generates energy, yada yada. Pretty simple stuff. And all armor. All of it. All armor. He gets like no armor. He has like 400 armor when you get him. It's like nothing. And Aqua Blades. And whatever weapons you want to use in primary and secondary. But I'd recommend this. And now that I know, I'll probably switch this out to the corrosive one. The one I'll be using is... yeah, this one. An ability cast, so whenever you cast Tornado, it just gives you more corrosive damage on melee strikes. So that's probably better. Yeah, like an armor strip now. Yeah, that movement speed's gonna help you out. I forgot, that's another reason I could use this melee. Oh well. These videos are unscripted. I don't have organization. You can probably tell. Well, have a good day. Bye-bye.